Yo everybody, this is Sam Typical again with another unboxing and review video. I'll be unboxing this Lenovo Tower 5 Legion Tower. This is my first actual gaming desktop tower PC because before I used to have this laptop also made by Lenovo, but this was their more bad quality version because this was not a good gaming lineup and it was a touchscreen. So touchscreen laptops break more quicker, as you can see here. If I try to bend this, the bezel starts to come off, and like when I try to close it, the whole screen doesn't want to close, and that's because I think this is like the bezel of the laptop or something, or the connector, it came off the hinge or whatever. So I have to get a new laptop, probably like a non-touchscreen one, like an MSI, an actual gaming laptop from Razer, one of those companies that make actually good laptops, and but that's not what we're here for. But I'll just keep this laptop in this position for like a while because I don't want to shut it and break the screen. I'm just gonna take it to the dump one day, or I'm probably gonna smash or even transfer the storage in here to that later on. But yeah, I'll do that later when it comes, like when time comes. But I believe on this listing it has a GTX 1660 Super, a 512GB SSD, and a 1TB hard drive. Now I will probably move the SSD from there to here, just for ease of access, or like faster read and write times, or I can transfer my current SSD from my office computer that I used to have and transfer it here to this one. Now that one is unused, it hasn't been used for a while, so probably gonna transfer like the SSD, not the NVMe. I put an NVMe in there for like OS times and stuff, but I'm gonna transfer the 2.5 inch SSD in there. So back to the specs. This also has a, I believe this has 1660 Super and the Intel 11500, I don't know if it's F or what, but it's 6 cores. And it has Intel Wi-Fi. Now, I don't have a Wi-Fi Ethernet hub, so I have to buy another Wi-Fi mesh single router for my room because there is none in my room. So I need to buy, I just have to stick with the onboard Wi-Fi until I get that single router. This has 16GB of RAM. I'll probably upgrade to 32. That's for video editing purposes. And this also has a, yeah, that's about it. And it costs $1,000 from Costco, from my local Costco. Now, I know I could have built a way better computer like I saw with a RTX 3060 because, because right now, because of like the massive shortage that's going on, or like the obvious, the virus shuts down the power plants, and also the crypto mining is the main reason. The crypto mining in China, it's they made the prices so crazy that it's like $1 grand just for the graphics card, and that is basically what this computer costs. So I mean, right now it's a good deal. I might, maybe when like the prices come all the way back down to MSRP, I might upgrade this to a 3070 because I believe this case, everything is not custom made, like not custom motherboard. But let's open it up right now. But the box, this says Legion. I don't know if it's Legion or Legion. Legion. I don't know how to say it, but it's their new gaming lineup brand. The box is very plain. This is a brown box, not like Cyber Powers box with like games and stuff, like games on the game footage on the box. But I'm gonna unbox it now. Come on, it can open. Just one more struggle of tape and I'll be done. There we go. Now, this right here, that's some high quality foam. But I can see something here already. This is the hardest way possible. Oh, I tip it upside down, but I don't want to do this. And there is coming out, and we have some boxes, and this foam is actually pretty nice quality, so I credit you Lenovo for that. You have another box, probably these are for like your power cords and stuff. And this is the actual computer, and I know I'm not doing it right at all. So we have some more foam inside. And the deep protected. Oh, where's my toaster? I'm not even opening it right at all. Okay, there we go. It is coming out. I'm taking out of the phone. Okay, so I took it out, and it looks like we do actually have real ventilation. Look at it. We actually have full mesh, and I can see you have 2 fans included. Way go, Lenovo. That's what I want. I don't get it why pre-builds like to make these little grid holes and just put like they're fake holes for no reason, and they don't even work for airflow. But let's actually look. We actually have a full mesh airflow, and the air goes all through. And I believe this is a light better. And then looking here, we actually have. Looks like we actually do have bouncing holes for radiators. See, actual holes. And then is this like a dust filter? No, it's not. I think we have 2 USB 3s and headphone microphone jack. Nice to include. They're both not combo. Here we actually have a temper side glass panel, which is a great addition. Looks like you actually have 2 sticks of RAM. So that is good, but let's open it up for more deeper inspections. Okay, so I got inside. You just had to pull that little tab. This weird fan, which looks it may work, but it looks kind of small. It may perform like a Ryzen cooler. Those are still pretty good, but it still work pretty good. Now this is the graphics card, 1660 Super. So I was right, 1660 Super. But here's what I don't get. This is a power cable, so it's a 6-pin, and it goes right there. And I don't know why they couldn't route it below. They could have like routed it under there, but I think they didn't. They have like a tiny bit of space under, but not a lot. Now I believe the fans are in, of course, the right orientation. Yeah, it looks like this is intake and that's out exhaust over there. Now this cooler does look a little bit worn with only 1 fan, so it may perform good, may not perform good. But over there we have our Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6, Intel 6 Wi-Fi, and this motherboard actually looks upgradable. So guys, if you want to upgrade this, like upgrade like the power supply, you can, because it looks like it is
normal ATX standard.
And the power delivery doesn't have any heat sinks on, so I don't know if that's gonna work that good if it has no heat sinks on the power delivery for the VRMs. But switching to the rear I/O actually looks, it's not that impressive. You only have 2 USB 3 ports, USB Type-C, which is a great addition for like a VR headset, and 2 more USB 2s, legacies, and of course Ethernet microphone, headphone, and 9-in jack for like the phone. Then the power supply, of course. You have the power supply, and it looks like it's ATX, judging from the size. And the graphics card input is, of course, standard for 1660s is super old, the Stone Cold Age DVI, and the New World DisplayPort and HDMI, which is the best edition. Let's open up the back right now. Oh, okay. We got it out. Is there a screw over here? No, there isn't. But I got that panel off, and it is of course metal. But look at it here, guys. We actually have a good job cable management and an actual backplate. So if you wanna change out the cooler, which I'll probably do in the future, you can do it. And it looks like there's little hub by Lenovo for like the cooler. For like the fans and the RGB hub, and it actually tells you a diagram in case you wanna upgrade it. Oh, I forgot about the power supply. The power supply is the 80 plus gold, 400 watt power supply from 80 plus gold efficiency, so that will be pretty good. Now let's install this disaster panel back on again, because it can be a disaster sometimes. You have to align the holes, which can be a problem with these type of case. We have a removable filter for the power supply, which is a pretty good addition, especially because it gets pretty dusty down there. This comes up like, oh, it's screwed down. Oh, no wonder it's not coming out. It's screwed down, but let's put this back working again. But I want to check what's in this box right here. What's in this box? It's Lenovo something. I don't know what it's called, but let's open it up. And when you guessed it, it is a keyboard, and of course it is the normal OEM e-waste type of e-waste you get from the Stone Age. People back when there were caveman people used, pretty much used. I'm not gonna be gaming on it because it looks pretty horrible on that kind of keyboard. There's no way I'm gaming on that kind of keyboard. It's like for I don't get it why OEMs like to include Stone Age, Stone Years, e-waste materials in their computers. I'm guessing it's their way to save money. But we also have, you guessed it, a e-waste Stone Age mouse as well. It's pretty crappy. So of course you would have your quick start manual. This is the power cable. Peel this off. Ooh, that was a good peel right there. Okay, we have the BIOS on, and the BIOS, like I said, does not look like any overclocking for you. It just tells you your system time. It just tells you how much, like, the audio setup you want to do. Like, if you want to have an onboard controller or your own separate controller, it would tell you if you want the speed for whatever PCI slot you want, and you can set your lighting. But first, I want to upgrade the RAM. I'm gonna gently take out the power pin. And I'm unclip these clips for the, is it both sides? No, there isn't. Okay, let's remove this stick. A Samsung 2400, so not looking pretty good. Okay, so I tried to install 32GB of RAM. Computer does not support XMP RAM. It only supports like a special RAM. Crucial makes the only RAM that is this type profile compatible. Ooh, oh boy, look at this. It's Lenovo's freaking welcome sign up page. And look where it goes. This is not good. This is not good. You take your cookies and they log it and stuff and they have it stored away. I don't know how it works, but still I don't like why they do that. But McAfee is uninstalled. Okay, so I have 3D Mark turning on right now. And let me shut this off. And it looks like it is 24. I got the graph on MSI Afterburner. 54 CPU is at a normal clock speed. But again, this kind of stuff, like this kind of like graphics, is not really realistic for this kind of type of heavy card. Okay, so I'm in a Roblox Forest game, and this is supposed to be a higher demanding game, and I'm getting about 80 FPS and about full card usage. GPU is getting hot, but I capped the max temperature at 80 to stop the temperature from getting too high, and this is probably, the GPU will probably cap out at 80, but something that, so if I turn down the graphics, and I'm the only one here, great. If I turn the graphics down, boom, I get 500 FPS. But the problem is that this monitor is only 60 FPS or hertz. So I probably need to upgrade to about 144, 240 to get like the smooth experience. And of course I'll get one with G-Sync. So, do you hear the coil whining at all? And this is the speed at full load. But yeah, so there is of course some fallbacks about this computer, that the light here at the front, the Legon logo and the RGB strip on the top of the case is not like color customizable, but the rest is, and the RAM is not like XMP supported, and the GPU and CPU cooler is not that great, but yeah, I'll probably upgrade my setup in a couple of months. But yeah, but thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later, guys, and peace out.